Hi folks, and welcome to the video. 5 quick tips for beginners in Stardew Valley on PlayStation 4. Okay, first things first, unlike Harvest Moon, you don't start with a chest in Stardew Valley, so to store your items you're going to need to craft one. They cost 50 wood and you start with the ability to craft them straight away, so you don't have to learn how to craft them. They can be stored anywhere on your farm and you can use as many of them as you want. Next up, you may notice these little worms sticking out the ground all over the place. Well, if you take your hoe and you hit them, they usually yield some pretty nifty things. Sometimes you get items for the museum, sometimes you get clay, stone and other useful materials. Next up, don't forget to use the billboard outside Pierre's shop. On the left hand side you can view the calendar for that month, which will show you people's birthdays and the events that are coming up, so you can plan ahead and get gifts for everyone. But if you come out of there and go to the right hand side, you can actually see tasks that people want you to perform, or quests. Now these usually yield a lot of money for items. As you can see, this person here is offering me 750 gold for just one melon, which is a lot more than they usually sell for, so you want to accept these and fulfill them as often as possible to really get your money coming in. Next up, when you enter the mine you'll notice a lift. This lift becomes available once you hit level 5 and can take you down by 5 levels at a time to levels you've previously explored. One thing you want to avoid at all costs when mining is getting knocked unconscious. This happens when your hit points reach 0. You'll find yourself waking up at the top of the mine with Linus telling you he found you unconscious. Not only will you lose a certain amount of gold and some of the items, but you'll also lose the knowledge of a certain amount of levels you've explored. For example, when I entered the mine I could respawn at level 35. I've now lost the ability to remember 9 of those levels, which means that when I go to the lift I can only respawn at level 25. And I'm sorry folks, I forgot to record a clip for the next tip, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Now finally, something that I've always done in Harvest Moon and I continue to do in Stardew Valley is store at least 10 of every item in my storage containers. Now this may seem crazy maybe to not sell these items, but let me explain why I store them. Let's say for example the beginning of fall you start growing pumpkins. You sell all those pumpkins and then 3 days before the end of fall someone says to you, I want a pumpkin and I'm going to pay you 5 times the amount they are worth for a pumpkin. But you've sold them all and they take 13 days to grow. Now if you store 10 pumpkins, it doesn't matter how many people ask for pumpkins, you will always have a certain amount ready, and it doesn't matter when they ask, you won't have to grow anymore, you've always got some ready. So this also helps in Harvest Moon, when sometimes in Harvest Moon they would ask for items that are out of season. I haven't noticed that yet in Stardew Valley, but I don't know if it can happen. So always make sure you've got a good amount of everything, so that when the opportunity arises to get a good amount of money for them and that friendship bonus, you can easily make sure you've got the items to hand. That's it folks, thanks for watching. I hope these have been helpful little tips. I'll see you next time. If there's anything you want to know, message me at any point. Thanks for watching again and I'll see you soon.